There, I've got you now. How about you hand back that golden fruit?
No, I will not! You don't know anything about how I feel! Ooh! Ain't no fury like a woman scorned! How dare you humiliate me!
What's up, everybody? It's Mekel Kasanova back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about none other than Pac-Man World Re-Pac 2. And big thank you to Bandai-Namco for sending this over for review, and I've been playing this on Nintendo Switch 2, and I've absolutely loved it. There are some things about this game that I'm like, yeah, this is something you need to pick up if you've been looking for like that platformer with a lot of creativity and variety. And also if you're wondering, okay, how do they modernize Pac-Man and bring him into the 3D spectrum? Because a lot of us who grew up, maybe not the modern generation, but a lot of us, 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s babies, and even 90s babies, we kind of grew up seeing Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man cabinets. And, it's simple. Collect the fruit, eat the ghost, get around and try to collect everything before time runs out or the ghost gets you, and you're wondering, how do you translate that into 3D? Well, Pac-Man World Re-Pac 1 did a great job of that, especially if you played Pac-Man World back in the day like I did back on the original PlayStation. And then Pac-Man World 2 is also really fun, and this Re-Pac version of Pac-Man World 2 is really good. It's a lot of fun, just pure fun and creativity. It's got some issues, especially on Switch 2. There are some slowdown issues, some graphical hiccups here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot of fun to be had, and we're going to dive into that more. So also, if you want to pick up the game, links will be down in the description down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. So if you're into old school vibes, colorful worlds, and the classic waka waka energy, stick around. I've been running through this remake from top to bottom on my Switch 2, and I've just got some thoughts about it, so we're gonna go ahead and just dive into it. This isn't a subtle refresh. We're talking a vibrant graphical overhaul that gives the original PlayStation 2 era game a complete glow up. The levels pop with color, the character models feel sharper, and there's a strong sense of the original spirit being preserved while making it fresh. Even the cutscenes carry more personality than I expected. Pac-Man's World had style back then, and this remake just leans heavily into it. That said, don't expect modern AAA polish everywhere. Some of the camera angles and jumps still have that retro elbow grease feel to them. More on that in a second. Now, we gotta talk about the gameplay. This is where nostalgia meets some familiar challenges. The platforming feels true to its era. You're collecting fruit, exploring themed worlds, dealing with jumps, timing, and boss fights. It's got a ton of variety in its levels. Especially when you get beyond the first several, it just goes into a whole nother gear. But, and this is real, there are some old school frustrations, such as camera quirks, some awkward platforming, and bosses that can go from, okay, this is a little challenging, to just downright unfair. If you're someone whose muscle memory is built on modern type platformers, then yeah, this is gonna definitely be something that's going to kind of push you beyond your comfort zone. But if you lean into the vibe, there's a lot of charm there to be had. Alright, so you're wondering what's improved, what's changed, what's the same, so let's go ahead and dive into it. This remake doesn't just repaint the game, it includes smart quality of life tweaks like a landing target to help guide your jumps. The level of accessibility is boosted without sacrificing the original identity. Levels later in the game pick up steam and creativity. There is fun variety in levels overall after the early sections, but if you're expecting a full modern reimagination of 3D platformers, again, thinking big AAA budget polish, this isn't quite that. It's more of a kind of a loving regenesis, if you will, with some rough edges polished off. So here's the deal. who should pick this up, and who might want to wait or skip or wait for a deal. If you're a fan of retro 3D platformers, you love Pac-Man's Legacy, or just want something fun and colorful to play with your partner or with your kids, or, you know, just something you can like, hey, I've got 15 minutes to kill, I want to go and enjoy a game. This is going to be your jam. If you've got the weekend rental memory of platformers around like the 90s and 2000s and want to relive it with a modern sheen, you're definitely going to appreciate it. Now, on the flip side, if you only want super tight, ultra modern platforming design, or you can't deal with platforming and camera frustrations, this is definitely going to frustrate you. But my final thoughts are that Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac earns a spot on your library. If you're into what it offers, it nails color, style, personality, and some fun platforming, even if it carries a few legacy-era quirks. It's not perfect. Some platforming bits bring arena boss style trial and error, but it feels right. Like revisiting a childhood favorite, but with better graphics and fewer technical headaches. If I were to score it, and you guys know that I typically say either you buy a game or you don't. I don't like doing the numbering system. I would say this is definitely worth a buy, especially if you've got some cash burning a hole in your pocket. But other than that, if you're wanting something on the level of like Astro Bot, something like Super Mario Odyssey, or if you're even looking at something like Donkey Kong Bonanza, this isn't that. So just keep that in mind. But it's still a very, very fun and good time to be had. But that's my thoughts on Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac. What do you guys think? Is this something you're considering picking up, something you're playing, or are there alternatives that you personally prefer? Whatever your thoughts are, let's go ahead and get the conversation going down below. Again, thank you to Bandai-Namco for providing a review copy of the game. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, and a hui ho.